So myself and my friend Kurt have been at this YouTube internet music thing for a little while now, and it's been an unbelievable journey. When we first started out, we had no idea what we were doing, and it's really grown into something incredibly special that none of us could have predicted. Kurt and I actually grew up down the street from one another. We went to middle school together, went to high school together, and if you had told me then that my future would be making music with that kid Kurt from down the street, I definitely would not have believed you.
I met Sam when I was in 7th grade. Sam was in 6th grade at the time, and we were on the same bus route.
I guess Kurt and I first started making music together in high school. We were both in the choir and all of the school musicals, so that was the first time that we were sort of singing together or working on music with each other.
The first video we ever put on YouTube was a cover of a High School Musical 3 song. It was the song, Can I Have This Dance? And in the video, there's 4 Sams, so Sam's like duplicated and cloned, and that kind of became a little bit of a trademark of our stuff early on.
We got very lucky with some of those early videos, like the Michael Jackson medley or Don't Stop Believing, that, you know, they sort of went viral and allowed us to begin to build an audience and a fan base, and those were sort of just the incredible little sparks of luck that we needed. But we quickly realized that in order to continue doing this and sort of actually make something of it, we also needed to be consistent with putting out content and medleys and covers, and not just consistent, but also consistently one-upping ourselves.
I think putting out original content, it was just always a matter of when, not if. You know, Sam was going to release an original album. I think Sam has written a ton of incredible songs over the past couple of years, so it just seemed logical that now was the time to put them all together on an album and send it out into the world.
The reason I haven't released a lot of original material up to this point prior to this album was not because I wasn't writing songs. Some of these tracks on this album were written years ago and were sort of, you know, reworked and resurfaced in order to be on this album. But it was really important to me that, you know, when I put out original material, it was at the right time, and that I really felt that I was ready and that the material was ready.
Before this album, me and Sam have only released 2 original songs on YouTube, Don't Want an Ending and Start Again, and releasing original material and reading the comments and getting the feedback from them always just means so much more. You know, we do so many covers, but when we read a comment on an original which says, I want this song played at my wedding, or this song reminds me of my best friend who is, you know, now 1,000 miles away, that I think touches both of us much more because it's something that we put our heart and soul into the original content.
But there's something so much more terrifying and gratifying about putting out original content and putting out words and melodies and stuff that you have created yourself and that reflects something more specific to your own life. It's just a whole different experience, and it's so much more meaningful, which is why I've just been chomping at the bit to release an entire album of stuff.
We're releasing this album independently because we're fortunate enough that we've built up a dedicated following online, and that, you know, whenever we put out a video, you guys still come and watch it, and that means the world to us that you're still there supporting us, and it's really given us the opportunity to do this without a major label behind us, without anyone else, you know, putting their finger into the mix.
So it actually was really important to me that this album be completely independent, that we sort of do it in the same way that we've done the content up to this point, so that it's still me. You know, every single song on this album I wrote. It's all produced by Kurt. Really, we're the only 2 people for the most part who have touched most of these tracks. So the Make It Up album that you're getting is really unadulterated, unfiltered Sam and Kurt, which meant a lot to me to give to you guys.